Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to get started by lighting the Shabbat candles. I'm going to ask my mom to come up to light the candles, please. We are on page 4. The blessing for the Shabbat candles can be found on page 4.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
All right. With that, we will turn to page 5, and we'll continue with Shalom Aleichem at the bottom of the page. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamalachim, Makadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei amalachim makadosh baruch hu. Barchuni leshalom malachei ashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei amalachim akadosh baruch hu. Tzedchem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamalachim, hakadosh baruch hu. We'll turn ahead to page 11, and we'll continue with L'chun Eranena, top of the page. L'chun Eranena l'Adonai, Nariya litzur ishenu nekadma fanav betoda, bizmirot nariya lo. Ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim asher be'ado mechkerei haaretz v'to'afot harim lo. The heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea and its fullness roar, the meadows and all that grows in them exult. Even the trees of the forest shall sing praise as Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging lands with righteousness and people with divine truth. We'll turn ahead to page 14. We'll continue in the middle of the page with Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam. Yiram hayam umlo. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Exalt Adonai our God and bow down at God's holy mountain, for Adonai our God is holy. We'll continue with Romemu, bottom of page 20. Romemu Adonai Romemu, Romemu Adonai Romemu, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Vehishtachavu lehar קודשו והשתחוו להר קודשו והשתחוו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני רוממו, רוממו אדוני רוממו, רוממו אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. We'll now turn ahead to page 23. We'll continue with Lecha Dodi. We'll do the first two stanzas on page 23, the middle stanza on page 24, and then the final stanza on page 25. And when we get to the final stanza, we'll all rise and face the entrance to welcome Shabbat. Because we are now within the 3 weeks leading up to Tisha B'Av, there is a custom to do a special melody for Lecha Dodi during this time that kind of helps sets the mood leading up to Tisha B'Av. So page 23, Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'letiferet ve'litehila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Hi mekor ha-beracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machashava techila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kumiori, Uri, Uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaich nigala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in our God's courtyards. We'll continue with Tzadik HaTamar, middle of page 28. Tzadik HaTamar Yifrach כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי צורי ולא עוולת הבא. Before we continue with Mariv, let's turn to page 178, and we'll continue with the prayer for the state of Israel, Avinu Shabashamayim, at the top of the page. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Barech, Barech, et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit smichat geulateinu, hagen aleha bevrat chastecha, ufros aleha sukat shelomecha. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu Shabashamayim, stronghold and redeemer of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel, that it may be the beginning of our redemption. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen. We'll continue now with the Mishaberach prayer for those who are ill. If you have the name of someone you would like to say out loud this evening, please go ahead and rise in your place. And after I read through the names on our list, we'll go around the room. You can say the name out loud. We'll turn back to page 173, and we'll continue with the Debbie Friedman Mishaberach, top left-hand corner of the page. Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Leah bat Sarah, Moshe Tzindel ben Sarah, Chazan Aliza Batya bat Bracha, Yaakov Achana bat Rivka Simcha, Shina Rezel bat Sima, Adam Chaim ben Sarah, Nisan ben Esther, Shoshana Lena bat Yochevet, Kira bat Ariel, Batcha bat Chana, Talia Devora bat Brana, Yehudit bat Ruth, Yisrael ben Ita, David ben Leah, Shemira Cherut bat Sarah, Yaakov ben Limid, Ezra ben Yadaroisha, Yehudit bat Rivka, Judith Siegel, Ernest Edinger, Don Satz, Melissa Lawrence, Jack Azuz, Rick Hammer, Judy Pitkovsky, Diane Shotaro, Jennifer Brown Lerner, Eva Curis, Ken Gasser, Harvey Colchin, Jennifer Hayden, Julia Damero, Elva Pineda, Nancy Levick, Killian Parker, Tanya Boberick, Marion Camerlingo, Terry Lukanik, Stephen Lukanik, Robert Lukanik, Patty Locks, Gary Guto, Nancy Rummage, Lynn Sinowitz, Chessie Idenopoulos, Francis Gilston, Doris Duhigg, Amy Stone, June Shadman, Pam Daly, Andrew Bustamante, Linda August, Damon LaForce, Judy Sherman, Virginia Fell, Thomas Narr, and May Ying.
Rabbi Howard Park and Sophia Rogers.
Easter Meyer and Caleb Bennest.
Is there anyone online who would like to add a name?
Charles Gelfand, Chaim Ba'ar, Ben Rochel Etol.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mi shebeirach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May they all find the healing that they so need and so deserve. We'll continue now with the Mariv service. I invite everyone to turn back to page 39A and to please rise for the Baruch at the top of the page. Again, page 39A. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Continue on the English side in the middle of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמי מלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבים. Continue with Ahavat Olam, page 40. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amacha Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofveinu u'vekumeinu, nasiach bechukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Continue privately, page 42. והיום שבת. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Top of 43a. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name willingly, accepting God's sovereignty. Then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang unto you. We'll continue with Mi Chamocha, top of page 44. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha bo ki hayam lifnei Moshe zeili anu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. ונאמר כי פר אדוני את יעקב ויעלום יד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Yisrael. We'll continue with Hashkivenu, page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך והושיענו למען שמך. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל כל עמו Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We'll continue now with Vishamru and Chatzi Kaddish, page 46. Please rise. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam Ilai Beini uvein Bnei Yisrael oti leolam Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Uvayom hashevi'i shavat vayinafash Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Be'alma divara kirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman ka'ariv v'imeru amen Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam le'al me'al maya yitbarach יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן בעלמא ואמרו Amen. We'll continue with the silent private Amidah that begins on page 47 and concludes on page 52. You are still reciting the Amidah, please continue. We'll now turn to page 54 and we'll continue with the full Kaddish. Yitkadal vitkadash me'rabah. Ve'almadi v'ra kidutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechona v'yomechona v'chay d'chol beit Yisrael b'agalav izman karim ve'imeru Amen. Yehi shemei rabam mevarach le'olam u'le'olam me'almayam yitbarach Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitamam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma ve'imeru Amen. Titgabal tzalot ha'on v'atahon d'chol Yisrael kodam avon v'yishmaya ve'imeru Amen. Yehi shlam rabba min shemaya v'chaim alim vel kol Yisrael ve'imeru Amen. Oseh shalom imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu vel kol Yisrael ve'imeru Amen. We'll continue now with the Friday evening Kiddush, page 55. Please rise. Savrim Anadan Verabanan Verabotai, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Borei Peri Hagafen. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzoni nichilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim Elohim, Veshabat Kodecha, Be'ahava uvratzon, Hinachaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We'll continue with Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach l'hadol ha'tov v'hatei gilua l'sher breshit shelo asanu pigui ha'aratzot v'lo saman mishpechot ha'adama shelo saman Elokeinu kahem v'goraleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu olim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malachei hamalachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shamayim veyoser haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al u'shechinatu zo begov hei meromim u'Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu efesu lato Lakatuv betorato ve'adata hayom ve'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim mima'al ve'al haaretz mitachat einod. Hakatuv betoratecha Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We will now take a moment to remember those who are no longer with us. This Shabbat, we remember the yurtzites for the upcoming week of Molly Brill, Solomon Azuz, Larry Kaplan, Randall Dunn, Frank Farkas, Irma Berkowitz, Sophie Malloy, and Samuel Shallett. And if there's anyone else you are remembering this evening, please take a moment to remember them in your mind and in your heart, and may their memory be for goodness and for a blessing. We'll continue with Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divara Kirute Ve'amlich Malchute B'chayechon U'v'yomechon U'v'chaye Dechol Beit Israel Ba'agala U'vizman Kariv Imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam Olameh Elmaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitramam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yitale ve'yithalal shemei dekudisha barichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Okay, with that, in a few moments, we'll conclude with Adon Olam, but before then, we have some announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. And happy 4th of July. Services tomorrow begin at 9:30 in the morning, and they'll be followed by a sponsored Kiddush luncheon. This week's sponsor is Jack Azuz, who'll be sponsoring the Kiddush this Shabbat in memory of his father, Solomon Azuz. Every week, we have Monday and Thursday morning weekday services at 8 o'clock, followed by a bagel and coffee breakfast. Always looking for more people to help make a minyan, so please come if you're interested and would like to. Our religious school is currently open for enrollment for the fall term, reach out to Judith Siegel, our educational director, for the registration form or for more information. We have a Tat Shabbat program aimed at families with children up to 7 years old. The next Tat Shabbat service will be Friday evening, July 17th. That's at 5 p.m. And the next after that will be a Saturday morning service at 10:30 on July 25th. The Friday evening service on the 17th is followed by a Shabbat dinner, which is family friendly and free. And on Saturday morning, July 25th, there will be snacks provided as well. Dawn Thompson and Angelina Lopez Brody can give out more information about that. Tisha B'Av is coming up. Erev Tisha B'Av is Wednesday evening, July 22nd at 8 p.m. here in the chapel. We'll have a reading of the book of Ich, the book of Lamentations, as is traditional for Tisha B'Av. We have a special Shabbat Sparks event on Friday night, July 24th. Shabbat Sparks is when we mix cultural activity with a service. And this one is named Sparks of Tolerance. It begins with light bites at 6 p.m., followed by a late Shabbat service. And we will have a speaker speaking about the court case, Nathan v. Alamo, which may be headed to the Supreme Court soon and has to do with the separation between church and state. The program is free to attend, but reach out to Ellen Fenston with any questions, and please do RSVP online or by calling the main office. We have a special congregational meeting coming up on Sunday, July 26th, and the purpose of that is to elect our new slate of executive officers, specifically president and vice president. The meeting will begin at 1:15. It'll include a presentation of our budget for the fiscal year, followed by the formal voting. You can attend by Zoom if you contact the synagogue office and request Zoom access. You can also vote by Zoom, but we need to have a quorum of physical people in the sanctuary in order to hold the vote. So if you can possibly attend in person, please do. And I got a couple of additions here. Let's see. Week from tomorrow, Saturday, July 11th, after services and sort of in the middle of our Kiddush luncheon, we will have a Torah study session. It's informal and lay-led, and of course, everyone is welcome. So look for that if you're in services next week. And I think, oh, yes. Also, after the special congregational meeting on Sunday, July 26th, there's going to be a piano recital at Diane Chartero's house. That's going to be at 4 p.m. And the performer is a young man who's doing a special bar mitzvah project, and that is to play Jewish music for Jewish audiences. And he is the grandson of Sharon, our caterer. So you can, I think, probably contact the synagogue office for more information about that. We're also looking for someone with a truck who can help transport 20 folding chairs from the synagogue to Diane's house. So if you know anybody, please let us know. And again, welcome. Happy to see everyone here. Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, Yasher Koach. Thank you, Marty. We'll conclude now with Adon Olam on page 211. And because it is July 4th weekend, this is a special Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Nasa V'Chev So Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu haya ve'hu hove ve'hu yeh betifara ve'hu echad ve'ein sheni lehamshilo lehachbira beli reshit beli tachlit ve'lo ha'os ve'hamisra Vehu Eli, Vechai Goali, Vitzur Chevli Beit Sarah, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו אבקיד רוחי בעת אישן והעירה ואם רוחי גוויעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא. Shabbat Shalom and happy 4th, everyone. Please join us tomorrow at 9:30. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbat.